Every single problem you face in your life is avoidable. We all know how uncomfortable and shitty it feels to have a stimulated mind. We are always giving it random inputs that doesn't matter to us. Inputs that is only making our life more chaotic. Inputs that does not help us in any way. Cheap dopamine sources, social media, Instagram. You see your friends, you see the news, you see what's been happening to the world, you see all of these different things. But you do not realize that although these sorts of news might seem not that bad and it might seem a bit entertaining, but it is ruining your mind. It is ruining your focus level. It is destroying the way you think and articulate your thoughts. It is destroying you. You see, having a chaotic mind doesn't just mean you're going to give in to your temptations, give in to your bad habits and addictions. It also means you will live a less happier life. Your life wouldn't feel good enough. You would always be depressed, in anxiety. You will never be able to amount to anything if you're not able to think clearly and be mentally aware at all times. In this video, I'll teach you how you become more mentally aware and what I am doing as a 19-year-old to become more aware of myself, more aware of my actions, more aware of the triggers, more aware of my mind, more aware of the way I talk, the things I want to improve in my life. It's a huge process. It's not easy, and I'm not perfect, but I am better than most people in this skill. Let's discuss mental awareness. I would have these instances in my life during university where I would actually feel the downsides of not being mentally aware and calm enough. Whenever somebody asked me how I was doing, or whenever I was in a social situation, or when I was living with flatmates, I had 8 flatmates in my university, and they would bring in friends and guests. And although I would do decent with my communication skills, but I wasn't good. Sometimes there would be some awkward moments where I would just answer too quickly, wouldn't think, and wouldn't really articulate my thoughts that well. Even the simplest questions like, hey, how are you doing, wouldn't be answered in the best of my capabilities by me. It would be a bit cringe. I would look back at it when I go back in my room and I'll be like, why did I say that? And I'm sure everybody goes through this, especially in social situations where you try to react too quickly. You react to whatever the other person is saying, no matter how easy and simple the question is. You don't think about the answer, you just react, and it's natural for you. It's like an instinct for that shitty reply to always occur whenever somebody asks you a normal question and you don't think about the actual answer. And that is the problem. That is the problem to you stuttering. That is the problem to you stumbling and fumbling over your words. That is the problem of you having awkward instances with your friends in a group setting. So, being mentally aware and being calm and still will not only help you with limiting and fighting your addictions, but it will also help you in social life and social situations where you will be articulating your thoughts better. You will be able to talk to a lot of people in the best possible way, and you will put the best version of yourself in front of the world. As a common theme in all of my videos, I always talk about subtracting things. And the reason why I talk about it is you cannot make a lot of progress if there are rocks pulling you down and stopping you from getting to a level where you want to be at. So you have to subtract all of your whatever you're going through. You need to subtract it. How do you subtract it? Well, you limit your inputs. You need to limit your inputs. You see, your mind is only capable of optimizing and focusing on one or two or three things max. When you put a bunch of things, news, media, social media, your friends, random things and dramas that has been taking place in your life, your university work, your ambitions, you not being able to do your best, or maybe something to do with the gym, right? When you have these many things surrounding your life and occupying your brain isn't happy. Your brain isn't working at its complete true potential. You're not doing something significant in one thing and making a lot of progress in it. So you need to limit your input. And this is the most serious point of this video. You have to limit your freaking input, because if you don't, everything that is occupying you will eat you and eat your soul alive, right? This is not a joke. You won't be living a happy life if you have too many inputs and too many sources of dopamine and random stimulations. So avoid things like task switching when you're working. Focus on one thing or two things. Have no more than three goals in your life and work on one task at a time. Don't task switch, right? The problem with task switching is you don't do a significant amount of work and you feel you're being productive. So that's the worst thing. You're not doing a lot of work, but you feel you're productive. And that's like you're just fooling your own brain, but you deal with the consequences later because you're not doing the actual work. So don't try to multitask. Don't try to check your emails. Don't try to listen to music or rap music. I've seen a lot of my friends just working on their laptop for 8, 9 hours and always listening to rap music. And I would never understand. And I would ask them, like, can you focus? And they are always like, they can focus. But I bet you, if they don't listen to music and they fully focus on the work, right? They would have completed that work in like 3 hours rather than 10 hours of random slave work, right? It's stupid. It's stupid. Limit your inputs. Don't listen to music. Listen to something that is peaceful, calm, that puts you in the zone, like 432 hertz ambience music or something. That's the one I listen to. So listen to that, right? Don't do multitasking. Don't check your emails. There are a lot of small things you can do that is not related to your main work task that is hard and demanding energy from you. And you feel productive doing those small pointless tasks. But the main task is the hard, heart wrenching, brain numbing task that you need to do, but you're avoiding it. So do not do multitasking. That's the biggest resistance you can face in your career. Number two is a bit simple one, but very, very important. I always see a lot of my friends or people, uh, even some of my family members. I would see them when I talk to them, they'll just look at their phone and not have an eye contact with me. And that's always, it's not even their fault. It's just sad. The modern world, the social media, the billion-dollar companies have got all of us. They have got us. Even me, with a year's experience of like dopamine detoxing and just taking a step back from social media, can get back into that hell if I am not cautious enough. So I have to be cautious at all time. That's the power these social media companies and the tech giants have over us. So it's not even their fault, I would say. But it is a bit sad. It's easier to blame them and not take responsibility. The tougher part is to have humility and to be like, hey, I am part of the problem. I contribute to the problem. Sometimes, or most of the time, even right now, as if you're watching my video, you consume social media and you get stuck in it. You're so addicted that a real human being is talking to you and you're not having a normal eye contact with him or her. You need so much dopamine that you look at your phone while you talk to your friend or your father. Isn't that sad? Is that the life you want to live? Is that the life? Is that the love, the attention you want to give to your loved ones? To not look at them in the eye and talk to them? To have an extra source of dopamine and replying to random people on your phone while they are like trying to talk to you? Isn't that sad? So you need to take responsibility. Point number two is to be present in all of your conversations. Make the other person heard of. Make them feel heard. Make them feel that you're listening to them, right? Do not look at your phone. Do not be diverted to a random thought while they're talking. I will be honest, I do it too. I'm completely honest and authentic. I sometimes do it too. I sometimes think of some random thoughts while interacting with my parents or my friends, but I sort of meditate back to whatever they are saying every now and then. One of the biggest reasons why you sort of diverge and lose your focus and attention from the conversation is because of your diet. Chances are, if you eat a lot of carbs or sugar, you will have shittier focus span and you wouldn't be able to listen to a normal human conversation. When you have carbs, you'll realize after you have eaten some shitty food, maybe carbs or sugar, that your ability to form thoughts, have a nice conversation, or even focus on what the other person is trying to say goes down tremendously. And the reason behind that is diet. The food you eat matters a lot with your focus, with your mind, with you articulating your thoughts in a present, in a more sophisticated, precise, concise manner. Even the ability for you to focus on the other person goes down. Sugar, you need to eliminate it. It's the worst thing ever. Sugar makes you stupider. Sugar gives you mood swings. So, randomly, when you're relapsing or when you're giving in to your addictions, just ask yourself, are you eating sugar that day? Because sugar might be a huge cause for that to happen. Because sugar gives you random spikes of happiness and sad and random emotion states, which is very bad. You need to be still, calm, and relaxed. Obviously, you will feel emotions, but sugar messes it up and makes it worse. So, eliminate sugar, eliminate bad things from your diet. And if you're having a meeting or an intellectual conversation with somebody, maybe a podcast or maybe a work task, right? Try not to eat anything before that meeting. Try to be fasted. So, point number 2 was engage in active listening. Point number 3. Now, the next point I'm going to make is quite obvious, and you know it was coming. You knew that I was going to talk about mindfulness and meditation. You know it works. Everybody in the world talks about it, but you're too arrogant and too cocky and too much into yourself and too egotistical to realize that you're not above it and meditation actually works. I won't discuss a lot of things about meditation because it's everywhere these days. You probably know what meditation is and how do you do it. Quick 20-second tutorial, you just breathe in and you try to focus on your breath. When you get distracted, which you eventually will, you bring your focus back on your breath. And that repetition is basically you building your meditation mindfulness XP experience, right? It's like a game. Each time you bring your focus back to your breath after getting distracted, you become a better person at meditation. That's how it works. People get frustrated. Even I used to get frustrated when I got a bit distracted with my thoughts during meditation, especially long sessions like 30 minutes, 40 minutes. I would get distracted like hundreds of times, and I didn't realize up until recently that when you get distracted, that's a good thing because when you bring your attention back to your breath, that's progress. So, meditation, right? Second type of meditation, I would say, is visualization. You need to sort of visualize different things that can occur in your life. Maybe you're trying to solve a problem, so you meditate on it. So, problem solving, visualizations, these are the second types of meditation I do. And the third type is a breathing technique called Wim Hof breathing technique. It's on YouTube. It has like 70, 80, 100 million views. If you're going through a time where you're feeling a lot of anxiety or you're worried about something, or you are simply stimulated with random thoughts, your dopamine system is all fucked up, and you are just having too many sources and you're thinking about a lot of things. And if you want to calm your thoughts down, the fastest way to do that is to listen to Wim Hof breathing technique and like follow along with it. It's literally the best breathing technique I've like found out so far. So number 1 would be meditation. Try to do the simplistic version of it. Don't make it too complicated. Don't go for like an hour of meditation. Just try to aim for something small like 30 seconds, 1 minute, 2 minutes max, and that's good enough. Like the key here is to be consistent at meditation. Second would be a different type of meditation, which is you're focusing on a problem or something you want to solve in your life or something you want to figure out in yourself in your life. So maybe it's your purpose that you want to find, or maybe it's a problem you're dealing with in your life and you want to find and figure out a proper solution for that problem. So you meditate upon it. Maybe it's death meditation, maybe it's gratitude meditation. So whatever it is, maybe it's visualization, right? Maybe you're visualizing how your future would look like. So that's the second type of meditation I do. Third type would be obviously the Wim Hof breathing technique. It's the best one, right? I always feel very relaxed and calm down whenever I do it. Quick tip: if you're doing the Wim Hof breathing technique, I would like recommend you to lie down on your like bed, like completely lay down on your bed. Close your not bread. You need to completely lie down on your bed. Close your eyes, close all of your lights so it's a dark room. And you don't even need to do that last part. Even if it's a light filled room, you can still do it. But key point is to just lay down on your bed. That's the most effective way to do the Wim Hof breathing technique, in my opinion. A few extra tips that I would like to give you at the end of the video. Number one is set a timer at every hour of the day. Maybe it's an alarm. Maybe it's you setting a session, a walk session for 60 or 90 minutes. And as soon as you're done with it, you take some deep breaths. You take 4 deep breaths after every 60 minutes, right? So that's something you can set up. Secondly, you can do a special type of visualization that can help you to become more calm if you're going through a lot of stress and anxiety and you want to be calm, or in general you want to calm your thoughts down. So I listen to some ambient sleep music that is like 8 or 9 hours long, and I imagine I am in an ocean. So that's the visualization. You can imagine you're in a forest, you can imagine you're in a park, you can imagine whatever you want to imagine that keeps you at peace. So imagine a peaceful area, close your eyes, and just try to relax, right? Try to have a nice deep breath at the beginning and try to focus on your breath while visualizing that you're in an ocean or you're in a forest. Thirdly, and lastly, in the extra tips section of the video, easily the most impactful thing you can do starting from right now that will firstly make you a happier person. Secondly, it will make you more present of where you are right now at life, because usually everybody is dissatisfied with where they are at. It can be anything. It can be their looks, it can be with their physique, it can be with the money they are making. Everybody is dissatisfied with something and dealing with some problems. Becoming a happier person not only is a good thing, but it's also statistically, and studies have been shown that your ability to relapse or give in to your addictions or your impulses goes down significantly if you're a happy person. If you're happy, you wouldn't scroll on TikTok or social media for 3 hours long, right? If you're happy, you wouldn't be addicted to all of these things. You now understand how important it is to be happy. Gratitude journaling and journaling about the things you're grateful for is one of the easiest things you can do to become more present, become more aware of where you are at, and also be grateful for them, right? You wouldn't even believe me how much it has impacted my life and my relationships with friends and family when I have written down all the things I'm grateful for that they have done over the years, right? You need to give it a specific reason. Why are you grateful for your pen? So you need to have an explanation for why you are grateful for something. Chances are, a month or two later, you would be writing down about something, and then you will literally write down a page about that particular thing. It can be like, hey, I'm grateful for X because of Y, because of this happened, then that happened, and that's like an entire page of gratitude. And you feel amazing. You feel happy, and you're going through your day not only being happy, but making other people happy, because happiness gets transferred to other people. And that's it. That's it with the video. If you follow along with some of these tips, not even all of them, you will become a more aware person. I hope you understand how important it is for you to become more aware of your thoughts, of the way you speak, and of the way you act. At the end, don't forget to like and subscribe. It really helps. It helps me to increase the production quality, the value I give in the videos, and my inspiration and motivation really skyrockets. So, like and subscribe. And I'll see you in the next one. If you need more personal advice, then you can go follow my Instagram, DM me over there, and I can help you out. And thank you for watching.